What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the Jajo Classified Darklon. Now, this one does have the Iron Grenadiers logo because he is Destro's cousin. So, of course, he should be part of those Iron Grenadiers. So, here we got the regular packaging, you got the window, you got the accessories, you got this cool head sculpt here that I want to see on him, see how that really looks outside the packaging. You got the artwork on the side, nice mask there. Got him on the back, other side, and then the front again. Now, Darklon is not a figure that I had when I was younger, so this is going to be an interesting one to go through. I have the new Joe series, the Destro series, where you get to see Darklon a little bit more, and that was kind of interesting. I love the new Joe books, and yeah, let's get this guy open and check him out. So here's Darklon outside of the packaging, and he's got a very interesting look. It's very different, and the color patterns don't really appeal to me, like I don't know, the greens with the red and that orange. If he wasn't Destro's cousin or having that Iron Grenadier stamp, I don't know if I would have picked him up right away. I probably would have waited for him. He's not that big of a deal for me. I don't really have any association uh, as far as being a kid and picking him up or anything like that. I feel like I remember seeing a figure or something like that when I was younger, but just yeah, it wasn't one of those ones that I remember constantly seeing or grabbing for or anything like that. But he is still pretty interesting. So he's got his rifle here. I'll slide him out of the way. And you can see it's got a very different look to it, very unique. Got a port here on the end for accessories, for like little blast effects. You got this nice sculpt. It's very different. I wish it would have had either a different color here or maybe even like a wash or something. But it is pretty cool looking, pretty different. He's got this little knife here. Nice silver. Nice handle, nice look. And then it'll go here in his little boot sheath. I'll go ahead and throw that in there. It comes with this little revolver pistol. Really short end, like a little stub nose almost. Cool look. Good look. Good sculpt. Needs a wash, different color. Maybe if the handle was black and then like this part was silver, like the same that was on that knife, that would have been nice. Would have made it look way better. A little more yeah, premium, that sort of thing. And that's going to go into his back holster here. Get that in there. I'll work on that in a second. He comes with a sword, which looks really good. Slightly flexible, but not real flimsy, like we've seen some of those gummy weapons before. But you got the black bands around the handle, nice cross guard. You got the little jewels in there. Wish those were a little bit shinier, but they do look good. Nice silver on the blade. Really cool. And then you got this holder here, a little scabbard. So nice. Nice color here. The silver, you got that nice silver going through there. Makes it look really nice. This is pretty plain here, though, from here on out. That's a nice sculpt right here. A little weathering there would have been nice. And then this maybe could have used a little bit also to make it look a little weathered. I mean, it's really, really clean. Then you get this very unique head sculpt, which I'm not sure if that's related to anything, but that is pretty different. That's pretty wild. You got that long tongue hanging out. Yeah. Pretty wild there. Got the black, got the red eyes. that nice silver going around it. Got black, or I guess not really anything inside that nose area. It was just the shadow I was seeing. Band goes around. And yeah, that's it for that one. In fact, that's it for his accessories. Now we'll take a look at him. So he looks pretty interesting. This mask looks cool. You got the nice silver on there. You can see his eyes. They look really menacing, and the green around there. He has been like mutated or something. He's definitely changed under there. The head sculpt looks very different. Look at that profile. The little spikes going around. The ridges. Got that camo. Kind of reminds me of a nunchuck when I look at it. That's free floating. Also free floating. Pistol in the holster. Got the ridges, folds. No shading in there. You got this nice gold here. Very nice. That silver. I don't know if it's because this is a really nice silver and that's a really nice gold. They couldn't afford to like dry brush something in there, put a little bit something in here. It's so plain looking. It comes off like a toy. And then you get here and it's like, oh, it looks like you're working towards premium. It's pretty wild. Yeah, let's get into articulation. So for articulation, head can move all the way around. Look down. No hinge, just the ball joints. Looks down about that far. Looks up there. So not very far at all. No real side to side. Well, I guess a little bit. Butterfly joints. T-pose. Not really getting much out of the butterflies. Upper bicep. Double jointed pinless elbows. The hinge, rotation, everything from the wrist. Diaphragm cut that doesn't really let you move that much. So that's it in the top diaphragm. Side to side, barely anything either. You get the ball waist. When you use both, you can kind of make it work a little bit, but not really, not the best. I guess it's just the sculpt in here. The way it is, it's just hitting everywhere. Could have shaved out the middle probably to give him some more range. Leg moves forward about that far. Not much at all. It does have a slight drop down. You can get up just a little bit higher, but it starts to go out a little bit. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Upper boot cut. Hinge, pivot, everything in the foot and ankle. And that is it for his articulation. Here he is with the first accessory, that rifle in his hand. Looks pretty good. Not bad. The hands are flexible enough you can kind of get this other hand to go underneath. I just kind of wish he came with the extra one that was already clamped like that, so I didn't have to flex that thumb. In the way this is worked and sculpted, you got this band right here. It's meant to go on that right arm because it kind of loops, giving you space. If you try to do that with the left hand, this little rope here would get in the way, and it would push against this arm, and it wouldn't sit right. But yeah, you can get some pretty alright poses with him. It does crouch pretty good. The head sculpt on him. I think the weapon set is pretty cool. One for having the different type of rifle, but then having the knife and sword. Like, I think that looks nice, especially the sculpt on him. In a way, I guess you could kind of army build him, having a couple of these guys, maybe two of them, and then having one with the normal Darklon helmet on, and it'd have been like some kind of bodyguards, his own little squad. It'd have been kind of cool. Yeah, it looks nice. I don't know. Well, that's a kind of an interesting head sculpt. It's not my favorite. Probably leave this one on there. Kind of makes me think of the mountain in Game of Thrones, where you can see his crazy eyes and he had the helmet, with the ridges on it. Kind of what it makes me think of. Let's see if we can. And he can. He can reach across and grab it both hands. That is extra points for being able to pull off that pose. You got the vertical hinges in there, which is extra nice for posing. Really cool. For a quick comparison, here's Darklon next to Destro, which he is bigger than Destro. He's taller. He's a little bit bulkier. And here he is next to the Iron Grenadier bats. And the bat has got him in height by a little bit, but not the bulkiness. So Darklon is a pretty big guy. Take Destro out of the way. The bat. Another Iron Grenadier. Shorter than Darklon. Smaller in size. And then here's Big Boa. He's a pretty big character himself, and he looks like he's got Darklon in height by just a little bit, but bulky wise, Darklon is bigger than he is. So That's pretty interesting. He's got like a pretty rounded out, large frame and still pretty tall figure wise. Let's throw in, got heavy duty sitting here. Heavy duty is just a little taller, barely. Width wise, bulky wise, they both look like they're about the same. They're just some big guys. So pretty cool. All right. So overall, Darklon is a very interesting figure. The colorway is weird to me. I wish it had a little bit of a wash here in the lower legs or the upper part of his legs. I think it would have helped out with the sculpt and everything and make him look a little bit better. Awesome weapon is very different. I love the sword and the knife. I like that they had the gold on there and the silvers all throughout are really, really nice. The mask, the sword, the knife, the gold. It looks really, really good. But the rest of it's kind of a little plain, I guess. The body is a little plain. Um, he is a large character. The eye paint is really nice, getting that look in there. Um, Again, I think it's just the look of him that doesn't really appeal to me too much, I just know that them being cousins was a very interesting thing to me, but yeah, I don't have the super attachment to him like that. But he does have a very interesting look, and picking him up for my Iron Grenadiers squad, making Destro's squad a little bit stronger, a little better. So yeah, that's going to be it for this review. Hopefully, I showed you enough to, for you to make up your own mind whether you're going to pick them up or pass. Wait on them. I don't know. Maybe you have more of an attachment to them, picked them up when you were younger yourself. Maybe you're just collecting them all anyways. But yeah, that's going to be it for this review. I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.